Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today I wanted to do something a little bit more long form, but I'm going to try to keep it around 15 minutes or so. And so I have a script here in front of me that I'm going to be reading off of with some details and all that good stuff. But today I'm going to talk about one of the biggest news stories connected to Christianity that has come out in the past 7 days. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about this past week in history. So something that happened, what is an event in church history that happened, this past week in church history. So what I'm going to be talking about today has been recorded August 1st through August 7th, 2026. So Pakistan. Reuters reported this week that the number of blasphemy cases being filed in Pakistan has dropped by about 2/3. And if you're not familiar with Pakistan's blasphemy laws, here's what that means. Pakistan has laws against insulting Islam, the Quran, or the Prophet Muhammad. And some of these cases can carry the death penalty. And that's interesting. These laws have affected Muslims as well as Christians and other religious groups. Human rights groups have also said that false claims have sometimes been used against religious minorities to settle personal disputes, personal arguments, personal vendettas, all that stuff. But Reuters says only 17 blasphemy cases have been registered so far this year, and that is about 2/3 lower than what Pakistan has seen during the same part of recent years. Reuters got these numbers from the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan. There has also been a drop in mob attacks tied to these cases. Reuters says Pakistan has had an average of more than 7 blasphemy riots or attacks each year from 2021 through 2024. And over the past 12 months, there has only been one, according to data given to Reuters by a group that tracks violence around the world. So that's significant. So the cases are still there, but what is not happening is the mobs and the riots. That's a major drop in the statistics that we're talking about here today. Reuters also told a story of a Christian family in Karachi. Last month, 4 women and a child from the family were accused of blasphemy. Hundreds of people gathered. There was a police officer whose name I am going to absolutely butcher, but from my English language point of view, my English reading point of view, I'm going to say his name is Sanghar Ali Malik. And his team he took his team to the scene, and this police officer told Reuters that he told the crowd, quote, "No religion allows you to take the law into your own hands," end quote. The crowd eventually left, and police got the Christian family to safety. The police officer later said an early police investigation found that the claims against this family were actually false. And Reuters connects the drop in these cases to a government crackdown on hardline religious groups. And one of the biggest of these groups is called TLP. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name of the group. I'm going to just pop it up on the screen so that you can see it. But it's called TLP. The group has been known for leading large protests over claims of blasphemy and calling for harsh punishment against people who are accused. Pakistan's government banned TLP last year, and that's significant. Let me read that again. The government of Pakistan banned TLP last year. Many of its leaders were put in jail. Some of its mosques were closed, and some of its bank accounts were frozen. The U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom has also said TLP helps stir up mobs against Christians, Ahmadi Muslims, and other religious minorities. Pakistan's blasphemy laws themselves have not been removed. People can still be charged under them. So the change being reported this week is not that the law changed. It is the large number of cases being filed and in the number of mob attacks tied to those cases. So that's the latest from Pakistan. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a step in the right direction? I know the law didn't specifically change, but a police officer stood up against the mob. Him and his team stood up against the mob, and the government has begun to ban some of these religious extremist groups. So to me, that's a good sign. And so now, for the second part of this video, and this is going to be brief, we're going to talk about this week in Christian history. The Cane Ridge Revival, August of 1801. And we go back to Kentucky in 1801 on August 6th. Thousands of people began arriving at a small church at Cane Ridge, Kentucky. The original plan was a Presbyterian church meeting, and instead, the gathering became one of the largest Christian revival meetings in American history. The National Endowment for the Humanities says the meeting ran from August 6th through August 12th, and no one knows the exact crowd size, but some reports put it around 10,000 people, others put it closer to 20 or even 30,000. So the exact number is not known. Several preachers spoke at the same time in different parts of the campground. People prayed, they sang, listened to preaching, and camped around the church for several days. Presbyterian, Methodist, and Baptist preachers all took part of this. Cane Ridge later became one of the best-known events of what historians call the Second Great Awakening. This was a time in the late 1700s and early 1800s when large Christian revival meetings spread across parts of the United States. The Cane Ridge meeting also helped make large outdoor camp meetings more common in American Christianity. So, that's a wrap. That's what happened this week, 225 years ago. Thanks for watching. I might do another one of these next week. I don't know. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video.